So today I want to talk about, anybody, like, well, a lot of times lately I get really nice comments about having long hair and growing my hair longer. If something's not nice, it goes into the deletion bin or the person gets put on notice. Like, and even if it's just somebody that's kind of mildly nice or interested or curious, like, well, this one man once told me like a month ago, oh, I sometimes do haircuts for my lady friends, and I'm like, oh, are you into the haircutting fetish? I see, because you mentioned this to me, and I have long hair. So I saw this person yesterday, and he said, oh, like he just mentioned in passing, I hadn't seen him for a while. He was like, your hair is really long. He goes, this is the longest it's ever been, and I'm like, yes. And then he goes, yeah, your hair's getting long. And I'm like, yeah, I'm growing it longer. That was the end of the discussion. So I've just reached a point that, yes, I'll wear my hair in a braid. Does it bother some people, or do some people question about it, comment on it? Okay, they can. But here's the thing. This is my thing. Why is it now socially acceptable for women to have tattoos? Like, many people are like, oh, women can be tattooed and have tattoos, and it's mainstream and it's acceptable, and as long as like people aren't too strict, you don't have to cover them up. But yet having long hair is considered, oh my god, like just so strange. But you know what? My next response is going to be, if anybody ever says, oh, you shouldn't grow your hair long, I'll be like, well, do you say that to a woman with a tattoo? You'll shut them down like that. You have to shut down anybody who questions you, or you can just laugh at them and go quiet on your western front. Going quiet on your western front is also a good way too, because when you just don't say anything, you just laugh and you don't respond. That's a good response. These are the introverted ways of dealing with things, though. Like, introverts don't like confrontation. We'll just go our own way every day. And just as I go my own way in the long hair community, I also have to go my own way just in life. Like, is there such a thing as communities? Like, they say the vegan community, the long hair community, I don't know, many different communities. But I think you can be friends with people that might have similar interests, but I don't believe in communities per se, because it's not like, yeah, well, we have to talk about ways introverts don't fit into these. So, like, yeah, I don't really want to, I mean, lately I've just been getting headaches, so I don't want to wear my hair up in a crown braid anymore, even though it was pretty, because I'm not going to give myself a headache. Plus, why do I have to hide the fact that I have long hair? I'm not going to. Like, and it wasn't that I was hiding it before. I was just like, oh my gosh, the ends might get sat on or something, which, okay, like, sometimes when my hair is in a braid, I sit on it. I try not to. I have to turn the back of the chair the other way now if I wear my hair in a braid, just so I don't sit on it. Like, there are adaptions, but in general, I don't think having long hair is really that hard. I mean, it's sometimes more time, they say, but in a way it's not, because people with short hair spend a lot of time on their hair too. Or people spend a lot of time doing makeup, and I honestly, I don't want to do makeup. Like, I'm kind of the anti-makeup person. Like, I'm like, ugh, makeup's not for me. I only do BB cream. So, yeah, but I never do a video about that, because I'll tell you why. Some woman did a video about how she didn't want to wear makeup a few years ago, and people came down on her like a ton of bricks. Other women. Do other women support other women? This is where they flippy don't. Other women do not support other women. You know why? Because a woman says, I don't want to wear makeup. Or a man says, women look beautiful without makeup. And then they're like, how dare you say that? But that's actually a very nice and supportive comment. Just a man that thinks women look beautiful without having to wear makeup. And I know, I get it. Some people feel really good with makeup and they say it's their canvas and all that. I don't want to put a lot of things on my face because I love the way my face looks naturally, and I love my natural glow, and I don't need to change my natural glow, which can shine through without makeup. I don't need makeup to look good. I even have like a shimmery tone on my, like, when you stop wearing makeup, like, you'll start noticing things about your complexion, and I feel like just eating like a healthy meal will like enhance the way you look, and getting adequate sleep and water. Things that you can do. You don't need makeup to do any of that. But this is just my opinion. I would rather wear a dress than makeup. I don't know if I can make that video though, because there would be a lot of haters. They would think that you were attacking makeup, but I don't know, like, this is where I'm never gonna be like really having a large female following, I think, because I think if you're a woman that doesn't wear makeup and you just do henna and then you dress for yourself and you don't really dress like other women, they're not gonna follow you. They're just not, and that's okay. I just don't. I think my following is like kind of true to life. I can talk to women, but to a point, like to a point. Like, it's sometimes easier to just talk to men, like, because they're not having all these preconceptions about how women are supposed to look. I mean, some do, don't get me wrong, but maybe some of this is changing, but yeah, not always. You'll usually have a woman saying, you need to get that haircut, you need to get this makeup, and I'm like, yes, there's no feminism until that stuff takes a flying leap, okay? Don't come to me with feminist jargon about how women support each other until women stop telling other women they need to wear makeup, and they need to have certain hairstyles, and they need to look a certain way. Women, you can't pretend to support each other until you let go of those things, and until you encourage other women to find beauty their own way. You know? And I'm not anti-makeup. It's not that. It's just I'm giving you like an insight into how women treat other women, and a lot of people say it's men who make women feel they have to look a certain way, but it was never like, when you dig a little bit deeper, in my experiences, look, maybe other women can say that it was men who made them have to feel a certain way, but it was usually not the case for me. I always was like, it's a man who would not have a problem with how I looked. It would be a woman who'd be like, oh, you should wear makeup. Like, even people that were my friends said I would look more attractive with makeup, and people might ask me out if I didn't wear makeup. But I had guys ask me out when I wasn't wearing makeup, and I was like, what? And it would usually be a more mature guy. Like, when I was a sophomore in college, it would be a senior guy that would ask me out because I wasn't wearing makeup. And I'm not saying guys change. I mean, there are guys that are really into makeup and hair salon looks, but in general, I've just had a lot of good experiences with people that are nice about long hair. But if they're not, I just kind of tell them, well, I'm wearing my hair long. If somebody asks why I don't wear makeup, I'll be like, I'm not wearing makeup. I don't, like, you can just be like, oh, I'm not. Change the subject. Or you can just be quiet on your Western front, or you just don't say a thing, you laugh, you go back to reading your book. You don't have to respond to everybody, believe it or not. Because at the end of the day, sometimes the best response is no response. Hi, how you doing, everybody? It's nice to see you guys watching and commenting.